Well, hello to all of you. Today, I'm returning to the group of people that I care about and love the most. I have dedicated almost my entire life to helping you ladies have a life that is happier. My dear ladies, it's like this. We're all the same. We all hope that when we grow up and get married, we'll be loved by our husbands. We hope our in-laws will respect us, cherish us, and that we'll have good, well-behaved children. And later on, when our children grow up to be successful, they will support and help. As we hope to live with our life partners until we're old and gray. That's it. It's the same for everyone. A woman, whether she is the president of a country or just an ordinary farmer, we all share the same aspiration, which is to have a peaceful and happy life. But alongside that, there are all these standards placed on women in order to achieve peaceful and happy life. Things like being successful at work while also being perfect at home, or possessing all the traditional virtues of a woman, or having self-respect, self-confidence, and independence. And the list goes on. I have to say, women are the ones for whom society has laid out far too many norms, standards, and criteria that we are expected to strive for. So honestly, becoming a perfect woman is exhausting. I understand that. But in all my years as a marriage and family counselor, I want to add 4 things that you ladies should never do so that your husband will not only respect you, but also admire you, be grateful for you, and find it impossible to ever leave you. There are 4 things. First of all, never compare your husband to other people's husbands. This piece of advice might sound familiar. Very familiar. You hear it all the time. There are some women who look at other people's husbands and feel envious. Other women's husbands are handsome, make good money, dote on their wives, and know how to listen to them. Meanwhile, my husband is just this. My husband is just that. Let me tell you, even our own children don't like it when we compare them to other people's kids. One of the things that children fear and hate the most is being compared. Look at their kid. I'm so jealous. Their kid eats the same food we do. So how come he gets honors and is a top student every single year, while my kid is like this and my kid is like that? So please remember this. Comparison is something nobody enjoys. Comparing ourselves to others. Let's just imagine a situation where our own husband constantly says things like, "You know, I look at other men's wives and I'm so envious." Other men's wives are capable, smart, beautiful, and they're also obedient and know how to please their husbands, how to take care of the kids, and on top of that, they even earn their own money. And meanwhile, my wife is this, my wife is that. You see, we would definitely have a reaction to that, right? So we should put ourselves in their shoes. Men are the same way. They don't like being put on a scale and compared with other women's husbands. Sometimes we don't really have any malicious intent. But sometimes you just want to talk and share something. Like while you're having dinner. "Honey, do you remember Mia, who studied with me back in the day? From the same class. She used to be so plain. But now she's married a guy who's a tycoon. So smart, so handsome, loaded with money, and he totally dotes on her. He just bought her, gifted her, a luxury car. Oh, what you share might just be a casual story, but your husband will interpret it as, 'There she goes, comparing me to that other husband of some girl named Mia.' And then what happens is, they turn around and say, 'Well, that Mia girl is just lucky. She's skilled, she's a good homemaker, she's charming, she's beautiful, and that's why she landed a husband like him.' You need to take a good look at yourself. Stop being this way and that. Oh, and then it just turns into a huge argument. That's why the first thing I always remind people is that we should absolutely avoid saying that one phrase. Look at her husband. I wish he were mine. Don't compare your own husband to someone else's. You should always think of it this way. Well, birds of a feather flock together. If my husband is the way he is, that's how he ended up with me. If some guy was completely perfect handsome, young, talented, and rich, what's the guarantee? He would have even noticed me. That's why, in the old days, the elders also taught a saying that think is still so profound today. Cherish your own husband even in his torn shirt. Let another's wear perfumed silk. That's their life, not yours. Just focus on loving your husband first, and you will receive his love in return. All right? So, the first thing is, do not compare your husband to another man. The second thing is, don't, at the slightest provocation, throw a fit and threaten to run back to your mother's house. The truth is, you've already walked down the aisle. Back in the day, they used to say, parents married you off. But these days, we don't call it being married off. Instead, you chose to take a husband. You know, if there are good times, you enjoy them together. And if there are hardships, you work through them together. You share it all. That is what a wise person does. A husband and wife may argue, they may fight, they may kick each other out. Your husband might fly into a rage and say, "Get the hell out of my house!" But you still have to stand your ground and argue back. Don't just take it. First of all, he needs to remember what he and his family had to go through. For what? To bring me into this home. How many times did his uncles, his brothers, his elders, he, his father, and his mother come over for the proposal, the engagement ceremony, to formally ask for my hand, and to make vows before your ancestors? They had to formally ask my family's permission before they could bring me here. It wasn't easy. So now you want me to just walk out of this house. Then do the whole process in reverse. Invite the uncles and elders who, back in the day, came to ask for my hand, who went to my house, and formally spoke to my parents. You see, have to stand my ground? Why should I be the one to go anywhere? But some women, when they get a little sulky, will throw a tantrum and run off to their parents' house. Of course, going back to your parents' house is a search for peace and for protection. We think that going to our parents is the safest thing to do. We hope that maybe by this afternoon or by tomorrow, our husband will come over to his in-laws' house, apologize to them, and bring his wife home. That's the scenario we imagine, but in many cases, it doesn't happen that way. You see, there are some husbands who will say, "I didn't kick you out. You walked out on your own 2 feet, so you can walk back on them. So, if you like it there, then stay. If you want to stay there for the rest of your life, I'll let you stay for good." Some guys even joke around, saying, "Oh, she's just being returned to the manufacturer." So don't be so foolish. Don't be so foolish as to throw a tantrum over every little thing and threaten to leave the house or run back to your parents or pack a suitcase and just go somewhere. There have been women in the city who can't go back to their parents' house because they live too far away. So when they get really angry, they just run away from home, hiding out here and there. You can crash at a friend's place for an afternoon, but who's going to put you up for long? They have their own husband and children to worry about. Then you end up just wandering around aimlessly. Some who even have the money will rent a room at a motel for a few days with the sole purpose of giving their husband a hard time, to teach him a lesson, to make him realize that if he messes with me, if he doesn't make me happy, or if I'm the least bit upset, I'll leave home to show him who's boss. To be honest, men really do need their wives, but everything has its limits. If you push things too far, eventually he'll just... That's such a weak excuse. If that's how you're going to be, then I don't need you either. I won't die without you. If there's no one to cook, I'll just eat out. And besides, when circumstances force them, those men can cook for themselves just fine. You know. So don't ever think that someone will die without you. And getting all sulky and leaving over the smallest thing is basically just throwing a manipulative tantrum. That's the second thing you should never do. The third thing might sound a bit funny, but it's absolutely true. Never lower yourself too much for your husband. When we get married, people call us a married couple. A pair. It's two equal parts. A partnership that come together to form a whole. A pair of mismatched chopsticks with one long and one short. Well, it just looks awkward. So, you and him are a married couple. And it's the same for you. What the wife has is thanks to the husband's efforts. And what the husband has is thanks to the wife's. It doesn't matter who does what, as long as it benefits this family. If there's food, we eat. If there's work, we do it. And yet, women sometimes humble themselves excessively. Whenever the husband looks even the slightest bit angry, you're immediately like, oh, should I get on my knees and beg for forgiveness? If I did anything wrong, please just tell me, so I can fix it, so I can make it right. Just please don't be upset like this. You're scaring me so much. Oh, to me, you are the only one. You are my entire world. If you ever leave me, I'll die. Oh my God, that's just so pathetic. Not a single man respects a woman who grovels on the ground and worships him as if he were a religion, as if he were some kind of deity, a savior or a messiah, or some great saint. You can absolutely just say this. The love between a husband and wife is a voluntary thing from both sides. I have given my all for this family. For your sake and for the children's sake, I need you to treat me fairly. I'm not asking to get back exactly what I give, but you have to be reasonable. What have I gotten since the day I married you? My beauty has faded. My health has suffered. Look at the state I'm in. To this day, I don't have a single thing to call my own. Not a single piece of gold, or a silver ring, or any gold bracelet. Everything has been for the family, for you and the kids. In the end, all I want is some acknowledgement, some deep respect. Your respect. Don't curse me out at the slightest little thing, or threaten to kick me out over every small issue. The truth is, we need each other. I really do need you. But I'm not some useless person either, who just came to this house for you to support for nothing. For instance, I have to have my own dignity. That's why no one respects or looks up to a person who lowers themselves excessively. Ladies, in all situations, stay calm. Maintain a very dignified demeanor and composure. The man will respect you even more for it. And one last thing. This is a habit that's very common among many women, but I still have to bring it up again. We fall in love. We become intimate. We have children. Those children belong to both the husband and the wife. Our children need both their father and their mother. They have a paternal family and a maternal family. They have roots. They have ancestors. Don't, for any reason whatsoever, use your children as a weapon. Our children need both their father and their mother. They have a paternal family, a maternal family. They have roots. They have ancestors. Don't, for any bit of friction or hatred for each other, drag our children to our side to turn them against their father. There have been, for some of us women, it just takes one little thing. You discover that your husband has been texting or calling some other woman, and right away, you call all of your children over. See this, kids? Come over here and look at the true face of this father of yours. You thought he was something special, but it turns out he's just a cheater. He doesn't care about his wife and kids. Instead, he's off spending his time with this girl and that girl. Do you see that? Aren't you so proud of your father? Now, oh, my goodness, if your children are too young, they'll believe their mother and they will shun their father. They'll start to think that their dad is an irresponsible person who only cares about some Miss Biba or Miss C while abandoning his own family. Is there any happiness in seeing our child talk back to their father nonstop, even telling him, "You're not my father. You don't deserve to be my father," and then go away? I do love dad. There are even cases with children as young as 4 years old where the dad will say, "Come here, let daddy hold you for a bit," and the child will run for their life to their mother, yelling, "Mommy, save me. I don't love daddy." Are we happy with that outcome? No more, right? Or what if they're a little older? Say, in middle school or high school, when they have their own thoughts and awareness, and they see their mother constantly trying to pull them to her side, always bad-mouthing their father. There have been cases where they talk back. "Mom, I don't think what you're doing is right." Dad might have his flaws, but he also tries so hard. Dad works diligently to provide for us. If he didn't bring money home, how would we pay for everything? For us to go to school. Dad might not be the one who drops us off and picks us up every day, but he provides enough money for this whole family to live on. He has to work so hard to pay for our education. Sometimes he needs to rest, hang out with friends, and have a beer or a drink. Or it should be okay for him to go out for a meal with them every once in a while. Why do you have to be so harsh with him? The mother complains about this and that. He sides with his father. So then, the woman turns around. Oh my God, it's true. Like father, like son. What a father, what a son. And they even stick up for each other. Oh, and just like that, you end up bad-mouthing your own child. So, in the end, your child looks at you as if to say, "I can't blame him." Dad's fed up. When he finishes work, he doesn't want to come home. Because, Mom, you're so unreasonable. I'm so sick of you. Doesn't that just make you feel miserable and ashamed? That's why there are so many things we have to do to become a lovely woman. A role model as a mother and a wife who was respected by her husband. But keep in mind the 4 things I just mentioned. Ladies, try your best not to do them, so that your husband will always love and respect you, and never leave your side. I hope that what I've shared helps you ladies in some small way to gain some knowledge and experience in how you interact with your partner every day, so that we can build a family life that is warm and prosperous, equal, progressive, and happy. Goodbye. So we can build a warm family life, prosperous, equal, progressive, and happy. Goodbye.